National Park, spanning approximately 465,000 hectares, stands as one of Iran's most breathtaking and extensive protected national parks. Situated in the northern reaches of Iran, Urmia Lake holds the distinction of being the world's second-largest saltwater lake, boasting islands that serve as invaluable ecological treasures. Recognized for its environmental significance, it was accorded protected status in 1967, further cementing its importance. Moreover, in 1966, the lake was designated as a biosphere reserve under UNESCO's Man and the Biosphere program. The lush vegetation blanketing the lake's islands, coupled with its diverse array of bird life and marine species inhabiting its numerous islets, create a secure haven for these creatures, rendering its natural splendor truly unparalleled. Because of its distinctive ecological attributes, it earned a Level 2 certification from a respected environmental conservation organization in Germany, underscoring its global significance and ecological standing. The mass migrations and breeding grounds of birds like flamingos, pelicans, coots, and various duck species in this lake rank among Iran's most remarkable natural wonders. To sum up, the stunning Urmia Lake National Park offers scientific, medical, touristic, and recreational attractions for both domestic and international visitors. The brackish waters of Urmia Lake hold iodine, renowned for its efficacy in treating thyroid ailments. Additionally, the therapeutic black mud found along the lake's picturesque shores has medicinal qualities. Historically, prior to restrictions imposed by the Iranian regime, the lake even welcomed patients with joint disorders from overseas. Nevertheless, Urmia Lake, formerly renowned as Iran's turquoise eye and acclaimed as the nation's largest inland lake and one of the world's largest saltwater lakes, has sadly transformed into an environmental catastrophe under the governance of the Iranian regime, teetering on the brink of desiccation. Should this lake evaporate, it would necessitate the evacuation of 4 million residents from Tabriz and neighboring cities. Salt storms would wreak havoc on the environment, agriculture, and wildlife across the entire region, extending their impact as far as Iraq and Syria. These storms, born from Lake Urmia, have the capacity to reach Karay and the Tehran Plain. The resulting salt fallout would inflict substantial financial losses upon farmers and orchardists. Consequently, agriculture in the northwest of the country would be in grave peril. A study conducted in 3 villages alongside lung capacity tests for students revealed that 25% of children aged 8 to 13 suffer from respiratory issues. Among them, some have asthma, while others endure nighttime breathing difficulties leading to disrupted sleep. Children under 8 years old and individuals over 70 years old face even more severe repercussions. What, in your opinion, has caused this significant environmental disaster? The reprehensible regime in Iran has consistently overlooked the vast potential of this lake, opting instead for urban development schemes that were ill-suited to the area. Despite objections from environmental experts, they proceeded with road construction within the lake in a manner that defied standard practices, marking the regime's initial criminal attempt to upset the lake's ecological balance. Subsequently, the construction of around 44 dams over the past 3 decades along the rivers supplying water to the lake has drastically reduced its inflow. Furthermore, the unlawful digging of approximately 48,000 wells around Lake Urmia has contributed to a decline in the area's groundwater level. More than 90% of Lake Urmia is currently dried up, as experts report. The Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, has seized control of local lands and rivers for self-serving purposes, including constructing workshops, power plants and factories, while monopolizing agricultural lands surrounding the lake. Road construction and dam building have largely been overseen by the IRGC's logistical branch, named Khatam al-Anbiya Construction Headquarters. However, the IRGC's spokesperson, Rabbadan Sharif, shamelessly stated that, quote, several lakes like Lake Urmia have dried up in the world over the past 800 years. The assurances and commitments made by the Iranian regime to rejuvenate Lake Urmia have not only been left unfulfilled, but the meager budgets set aside to quell public discontent over its restoration have been misappropriated by corrupt local figures. Reza Kianian, an actor in Iranian cinema and television, remarked on the funds allocated by the United Nations for the lake's revitalization, stating that it remains unclear where this money has been diverted. Residents of the Urmia region in particular have vehemently protested against the dire situation instigated by the Iranian regime. They have consistently called for the rejuvenation of the lake through human chains, yet the regime's response to these protests has been one of arrests and imprisonment. Nonetheless, in defiance of government intimidation, demonstrations persist against the authorities' inaction and the Revolutionary Guard Corps' destructive actions impacting Lake Urmia's environment. A number of environmental activists in Iran have launched the Red Friday's Urmia Rescue Cry campaign and have also started an international initiative garnering 1 million signatures on the Clubhouse social network. Kimia Ghanbarzadeh, one of the founders of this campaign, elaborated on the campaign's name. Lake Urmia was once a bustling hub during its full water days, particularly on Fridays.
We're flying to the largest island in Lake Rezaye, where the director of the Department of the Environment, Eskander Feruz, has arranged for me to observe the flamingo research. Lake Rezaye is 80 miles long by 25 miles wide and has no outlet. As a result, Rezaye is one of the saltiest lakes in the world, twice as salty as the sea. The group of islands below are called the Doguzlars. During the summer months, greater flamingos come here to nest and undergo a molt of their plumage. They're not here every year, and scientists aren't yet sure why. In summers, when they do come, numbering perhaps 50,000, research activities move into high gear.
The choice of red in the campaign name reflects the lake's current hue, progressively shifting towards red with each passing day. The recent protests have compelled the Iranian regime to bolster security measures around the lake in an attempt to suppress further demonstrations. Consequently, there has been a temporary reduction in water intake in certain areas of the lake. Nonetheless, this is merely a short-term solution, and the restoration of this national and global asset is contingent upon the establishment of a democratic government in Iran.